Let's mix two things I enjoy, Poland and Australia, with Piotrek Szumowski down in Australia doing a stand-up gig. This should be quite funny. If you do enjoy it, please do make sure you like and subscribe. I love how the Aussies just say his English name, Peter, rather than Piotrek.
Stop it. Oh my God, you did stop it. All right. What's up? This is fun. We're doing it in Polish comedy. It's happening. Oh, this is great. That's actually a lie. I've been to Australia before. I went to Bali.
Okay. So I know a lot about Australia now, and I know a lot about Poland. Now, if you're Polish watching this, I may have to explain a couple of bits and bobs. Basically, Bali in Indonesia is what the Brits have as Spain. It's like the cheap holiday destination. So all the Aussies go to Bali. It's quite a bit of a common place to go, to be honest.
This is incredible. I think Australians abroad should be illegal. I think this island was a prison for a reason. You guys cannot handle abroad. It's ridiculous. I was on the beach in Bali, 2 p.m. I was reading a book with my wife, and an Aussie comes up to me. I could tell he was Aussie because he had a bintang shirt and a tattoo of a tribal. And I was like, what do you want? He comes up and he says, oh, champion, do you know a blowjob in Indonesia costs $10? I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, this is not a conversation starter. What do you do? It also means I've been ripped off. I've been charging $5. It is
Filth.
I genuinely feel Australians are just trying to rip me off the whole time. Like, I've been here for a week, and as soon as I landed, an Australian comes up to me and he's like, oh, mate, do you want to pay $500 and go to Kangaroo Island? I'm like, I'm already on Kangaroo Island. Why the fuck would I be paying $500 to see a smaller island of the island I'm already on? It makes no sense.
It's so true. It was an option when we were in Adelaide, do we go to somewhere like Kangaroo Island? But you can see plenty of bloody kangaroos on the mainland. You don't need to go to a new island called Kangaroo Island to see kangaroos. There are plenty of beautiful sights to see already in Australia to go for a need to go to an island called Kangaroo Island.
It's like if you went to Poland and someone said, hey man, do you want to pay $500 and go to a small island where you can hit a woman and steal a bike? Like, we've got the whole country. Like,
that doesn't happen, I don't think. Or not very often.
This place is so strange to me. Like, I went to a shop to buy alcohol. You can't buy alcohol in Australian supermarkets.
It's stupid.
And yet you still go there. It's so bizarre. I went to an office to buy a beer, and I saw there's a sign in every office that I've been to. There's a sign that says alcohol is permitted from the age of 18, but you gotta look 25.
We've got that.
That's so fucking dumb. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What do you mean I gotta look 25? That's like having a speed limit of 40 kilometers per hour, but it's gotta look like you're going 30. You know what I mean? Like, the way you look isn't law to everyone. Everyone else looks different. You know what I mean? Like, you, to me, you look hot. Doesn't mean you are. I paid you a compliment. Just the world did it. I'm sorry, there's no reason for this. It would have been anyone sitting there. Honestly, it was meant to be them, but
Oh my God.
Couldn't adjust that.
Nice. No, but he'll try.
What I'm saying is that people look different to everyone else. Like, you can't tell a person's age to everyone. Everyone looks a different age. Like, I asked the kid, how old do you think my granny looks? And he said 33. She was in a fucking coffin. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I like Australia. I'm trying to be more Australian.
Good eye, mate.
I'm trying to say more Australian
You little
things.
ripper.
I'm trying to say more things like, g'day, mate. Can I have a curry? Get refugees. What's happening there, guys? That's a weird one. I've read about it. It's so strange. Fucking, well, we don't like refugees, but on every street I see, a refuge island sign. Ironic. It's a strange concept. I've been reading about it. Do you guys know that Australians invented Wi-Fi and Google Maps?
I do.
That's so amazing. You guys told them how to get here, and then you were like, but you can't come inside. Evil. Evil. I feel like Australia is like a stripper. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's beautiful, she's got a lot of money, but you can't come inside.
It's so funny, isn't it, though? And it's quite true. It's not easy, necessarily, to immigrate to Australia, because you've got to have, it's like a point system. But bearing in mind, Australia is where prisoners were sent to.
Now they made an update of Google Maps. If you type in the route from Africa to Australia, it actually gives you a route from Africa to Christmas Island.
Okay.
That's a weird one, huh? That is mischievous if I've ever seen anything. That's marketing. I mean, Christmas Island, that's what the refugee island is called? Christmas Island? That's fucking pure evil. That's just pure evil to go like, oh, guys, we've got a better island. Christmas Island. Where it's Christmas every day. Obviously, only if Christmas was the day your violent dad came back and your sister died of malnutrition. But,
oh,
too much. Too much? Alright, I feel like I'm losing you.
It's never too much for Aussies.
It's fun. It's a unique place, Australia. Like, you guys have such a unique ecosystem. Like I heard, I don't know if you guys even know this, but I think in the 1900s, in the early 1900s, there was a guy that brought in 24 rabbits and nearly destroyed the whole ecosystem. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. He nearly destroyed the whole fucking ecosystem. Yet you guys are not learning from your mistakes. Like, fucking the same thing is happening with Australians in Bali. They're fucking too much. They're spreading too much. I don't know.
All the Aussies go to Bali. It's funny that even people outside of Australia know that Aussies go to Bali. That's ridiculous. How is this even a thing that people know this? You're so far away from the rest of the world, but people know that Aussies like to go to Bali. Oh, God. And on the channel, I have learned about all this in Australia and how rabbits are a serious problem for the ecosystem. So check those videos out.
I fucked that joke. I realized there was a word missing, but it doesn't matter.
People laughed.
I'm a professional comedian. Super famous in Poland. These guys knew about me. It's fun, Australia, and I feel like you guys talk about politics too much. Especially abroad, Australians talk about politics too much. Like I was talking to an Australian and he was just kind of, stop the boats. And I was like, shut the fuck up, man. Your wife fell over the deck. Can you change the topic? Politics is strange here. It's different to what we have in Poland and Europe. You guys have mandatory voting.
Yeah, we don't.
It's interesting. Mandatory voting. That's the first time I've ever come across it. Do you think it's a good idea? Mandatory voting. If you had to vote, what would you vote for? Good or bad?
No.
But you have to vote. Do you vote yes or no? Good, mandatory? I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think mandatory
No, I don't
voting is
either.
a good idea. Like mandatory voting, to us, voting's a privilege, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be mandatory.
Yep.
It's like sex. Like, it's good if I can do it, but if someone's forcing me, it's still good, is what you said. Still good. That is still good. Wow. That is a very interesting comment. What's your name, sir? Who's it? Is that you? Yeah? Cool. Are you...
It was definitely a man that said that, right? A man would definitely say that if they're forced to have sex, it's still good. A woman would not say that. No way.
Mandatory voting? Do you think it's a good idea? Yeah? No? Are you saying that because you want to finish this conversation? Or I feel like... I don't know. I think less people should be voting. That's what I think. I think less people should be voting, especially like when I watch what's happening in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, my understanding, I don't know much, but I just read that you guys had a prime minister that had a record for sculling a beer. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about? His record was that he could scull a beer in 11 seconds. Yeah. Do you know what? That's fucked just by itself.
That's not a one you want.
What's even more fucked is that I read an article online where the opposition was doubting it. I mean, you guys are the only country in the world where the Prime Minister has to prove he's an irresponsible drinker. Where you go, oh, man, give me the keys, I'll fucking drive. Like this.
Oh, God.
It's weird. You guys make weird decisions. Like Canberra's the capital? That's fucking weird. That doesn't make any sense. And someone explained it to me, and it was like, oh, that's because, you know, it was meant to be Sydney or Melbourne, we couldn't decide, so we chose Canberra. That's so sad. That's so sad. My parents did that to me as well. We were meant to go on holiday, South America or Asia. Fucking, we went to the dentist. It's a strange place. Nothing like, but I'll go on. I want to just talk about one thing. I don't even know where this is going to go, but is this a sensitive topic for you guys, the Aussie fires? Remember when that happened, the Australian bushfires? Is that sensitive? Are you guys cool with that topic, or we? Cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah. That was an interesting story. That's when the whole world started talking about Australia. Remember that story?
It's true.
Remember that story where Australia was burning up and the whole world chipped in? Yeah. The whole world helped. Remember that? 2019. And the whole world helped. The whole world helped. One of the richest countries in the world. Remember that? Remember when that happened? I had a friend in Poland, a nurse, mother of 3, single mother. She chipped in. She was like, oh, I'm gonna give $50. Australian Prime Minister needs to go to Hawaii.
Oh, man.
The whole world chipped in, guys. You were taking money from Africa. You were taking money from Africa. You're like, you guys gotta give back the money. And at the same time, you were still paying to be in Eurovision. You're still, well, we can't cut that fund. You guys in Eurovision. Why the fuck?
Why are they in Eurovision? Australia should not be in Eurovision. I love Eurovision. I watch it every year. I even do a live stream watching it, me and Charlie. But why the hell are Australia in Eurovision? Eurovision. Oh, man, it's so true. He's doing such a good job.
Not wanted. Stop being such a refugee. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Oh, he is fantastic. Dziękuję. Piotrek Szumowski is fantastic. He was one of the first Polish comedians I watched on this channel, and he is just quality. And the way he's able to adapt, for example, to his audience, his Australian audience in this sense, just amazing. It's just because he's Polish hasn't meant that the Australian audience here hasn't understood the jokes or hasn't got any of the references. I think it's truly fantastic, and what a fantastic job Piotrek did. I'm so impressed. My cheeks are hurting. This is the problem when I do videos like this, laughing, and my cheeks are in agony. Thank you so much for watching. I hope some of my Aussie friends watched this as well and enjoyed it just as much as I did. Please do make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.